we are building the world's first 600cc two-stroke motocross bike using the brand new fuel-injected PM09 motor from Panthera. When we are finished here, we expect this machine to be the most powerful two-stroke MX bike in the world. We've already made some good progress on the build, so let me catch you up on what's happened so far. The motor arrived with us all the way from Canada, and we found out what comes in the box from Panthera.
Look at that! Oh, wow! That's going to look meaty in that bike, isn't it? Let's get on. Let's get on with it then.
The first task was to strip down our donor bike and make the necessary minor modifications to the frame in order to make this monster motor fit properly. So the power tools came out and we had some fun. The motor went in and out a few times until we were happy with where our new engine mounts were positioned. After that, the new mounts were welded in place and the motor now looked right at home inside of this 2019 KTM 250 SX chassis. The final task for day one in the workshop was to get the monstrous exhaust pipe fitted. It's safe to say that it was a productive first day in the workshop, but there's still lots more work to be done, including working out how to overcome the two biggest challenges of the entire build. Right, so it's day two in the workshop and we've got a lot to do today. Sean, run us through the list of what is left to do today.
The mountings for the exhaust. We're going to get the rads on, or see if we can get the rads on. We're sorting out the airbox, we'll get that sorted out, but we're just waiting for parts for that. But hopefully with a different air boot, we can get that sorted out as well. So, you know, it should be looking factory as anything. Yeah, then it's a tear down, you know, and get everything prepped for powder coat and Cerakote and
vapor blast.
Vapor blasting. And
we're going to make this build look special, so we're going to strip it all down and get everything sorted out.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for today. Clock is on.
There's the watch.
The clock is on. Let's get cracking. The very first thing we decided to do on day two in the workshop was strip down the bike and remove all of the parts that we were going to take to our friends at Supreme Coatings. That included the brake and clutch reservoirs, the brake hangers, the brake calipers, the bars, the swing arm, and of course the frame.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been a busy bee this morning, right? Dad went out to the local bike shop to pick up some exhaust hangers, right?
Yeah.
So whilst he was out, we started stripping down the bike, taking off all the parts that we're going to take away to get cleaned up and made to look nice. So, and next up then is to start doing the mods to get the exhaust secured to the frame, right? So
so we've left the engine in the chassis with the subframe all bolted up, so it's in situ, pipes on where we, you know, hopefully we want it where it's going to work. It clears the back wheel, which was a bit of a concern at first, but we've sorted that. So yeah, it's now ready to be having the brackets made, but it was a bit tricky getting the pipe exactly in the right position, so it's clearing everything because it's a huge pipe. But it works. We've got it there, and then we can get some brackets on and go from there.
Right, let's get the tools out. Let's get cracking there.
Let's go.
What you said laying in my head. What you meant don't make no sense. What you said, living with no rent. In my head, it's paranoia.
We actually do have some professionally laser cut exhaust brackets coming our way, but we were keen to just get cracking in the workshop. So Sean decided to make some himself there and then on the bench so we could move forward with the build.
So there we are, first brackets on. I've just basically got a couple of bits of metal that I had kicking about, just bent them in the position and where I needed them, and then pretty much tacked them on. If I'm honest with you, I did just wing it because there is no measurement. Just got a bespoke build and just done it how I think it will be strong enough to hold the pipe. So happy days.
Takes ages to do something like that, and then when you finish, you don't feel like much progress has been made.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it does take ages to do something like that. You want to get it right, but like I say, there is no measurement because you've got nothing to work from. So it is trial and error and guesswork, and that's exactly what I've done, and it's worked out right. So yeah, it's took a while, but making progress.
Okay, so Sean's worked his magic. We've got the last of the exhaust brackets on. We've got one here and one down here. So that's taken quite a while today, but it's all part of the job, all part of the process. What's next is we're actually going to go backwards. We're going to take everything off, pipe, motors coming out. Then we're going to strip it all down, get ready to go and get this frame cleaned and made to look very, very trick. So that's what we're going to do next. Do that. I've got my box of bits, so we're going to add to this, take that away, get everything cleaned up nice. This build series has been made possible by our awesome channel sponsors. Putoline have products to clean, lubricate and protect your bikes. You'll see us using lots of different Putoline products throughout this build series. I'll leave a link to the Putoline website down below where you can check out all of their different products. There's actually a really cool tool on the website where you type in your bike model into the search bar and they'll pull up all of the different products that they recommend you need for your machine. This series has also been supported by our friends at 24MX. 24MX have you covered for all of your dirt bike hard parts, accessories, pit products and so much more. We'll be using lots of different products from 24MX during this build, but for now let me just tell you about the ProWorks sintered brake pads. We'll be installing these onto the bike to help us stop our monster machine. These pads have been designed and developed to give superior performance and durability. There's some awesome deals on these pads on the website at the moment. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check it out. Thanks as always to our channel sponsors for helping us do what we do. As you can see, we're at Supreme Coatings today down in Essex with some of the parts from our Panthera build. As you guys know, the motor going in this bike is super special. So we want the rest of the machine to match, which is why we've come down. Supreme Coatings are going to do some magic to make these parts look mega. So let's head inside, talk to Chris and learn about what's going to happen to this frame and some of the other parts we've got in the van. in my opinion, this little side quest was an important one. Obviously, we want the build to look as good as possible when it's finished, and as you can see, some of these parts most definitely needed a refresh.
So we're inside the belly of the beast here at Supreme Coatings. I've had a chat with Chris, who's the boss here, and we've worked out a plan of what we want to do with our parts. They are Cerakote specialists here, so we're going to Cerakote a lot of these bits. We're going to clean up some of the other parts, and we've come up with a very cool plan for the frame. We're going to do something different, something very special for this build, but I'm not going to tell you about that until the process has been done, so you can wait for that one. So the first thing that we're doing here today is shot blasting a couple of our parts ready for the next stage of the process. You can see Chris in there now working his magic. So you can see the parts have been shot blasted ready for the next stage, which is to spray this Cerakote on. So I'm going to let the boys crack on.
It was really cool and interesting to watch this process happen in person, so a big thank you goes to Chris for inviting us down to watch the boys at work. The last stage of the process that we'll show you here is the parts going in the oven to be baked. After they shut the door for the oven, we headed home to let the guys work on the rest of our parts, which they had for a few days, and then we returned later that week to pick up our parts, and let's just say we were more than happy with the results.
So we've just picked up our finished parts from Supreme Coatings and we are so happy, so pumped. They look amazing. And if you want some stuff doing for yourself, Chris here has given us a discount code. You can get 20% off if you use our code 999laser for any of the stuff they do here. Thank you so much, Chris and the team. What an awesome job.
Okay, so we've just arrived back in the workshop from Supreme Coatings, and I'm going to show Sean the frame because he's not seen it yet. And this colour scheme, this look was actually your idea.
Yeah,
so
was, yeah.
if you don't like it, blame him.
I'm sure.
But I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Go on, let's see what it looks like. Oh man.
How about that?
No, yeah. That looks awesome, doesn't it?
It's got to look good in that
What a
bike.
job he's done there. Oh, that just looks sick.
So Chris from Supreme Coating, I think they were one of the first companies in the UK to do this kind of look. So they've got it down. They use a bit of a different technique to other people, but yeah, he's done a mega job with this and all the parts we took down to him.
Yeah. He's even made the brackets look good that I welded on.
That was difficult.
Get stuffed. She's an engineer in there, mate.
Right, now we need to make sure the rest of the bike looks as good as this.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, mate. Yeah.
Right, let's get cracking. We're going to carefully put the motor in for what we hope is the final time, right? After this, it's not going to come out again.
Well, I hope so, yeah.
Fingers crossed. So the motor is in for the final time. This is where this baby is going to live forevermore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't plan on taking the motor out again. Today in the workshop we've got two main goals, the two biggest hurdles of the build that we've got to try and work out. Sean's got to get his thinking cap on to come up with a solution for the rads and for the air intake.
Yeah. That's very close.
Yeah, it is very close.
It's not quite there, and yeah, we've just got to. I mean, it is one of the most important things, you know, for me to get right.
To get the power performance numbers.
Yeah,
and stuff that we want.
so that you know it's drawing its air right how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, you start messing about too much with that, and it affects the performance, which we don't want.
We are coming across these hurdles because this is the first time that this has ever been done. Almost like a prototype build, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a one-off bespoke build.
The guys have developed the engine, and we asked them can we fit it in this chassis that we already had? And
you can see it
Yeah,
fits,
this is
and
what they've come
it's
up
just
with,
these little
yeah.
details that we need to work out ourselves now, because Panthera have never done this build in this frame, this chassis.
No.
So that's why we're coming across these hurdles. But I have complete faith in my man Sean. We're going to get it done today, right?
Yeah, 100%.
In this video anyway. So let's get cracking.
Right, we're at the stage now where we've just put the pipe on, so getting that all lined up, ready. Subframes going on, get the tail pipe on, again, get everything lined up where we need it, and then we'll move on to the rad and try and get that in place and see if we can make it fit.
We knew from the start that these old rads wouldn't be reused, but we needed to know what modifications we would need to make on a new set.
So here we go, we've got the slight issue with the radiator, so as you can see it's touching the pipe basically. So we've got the rads to fit, just a bit of manipulation basically. But yeah, we've managed to get them to fit. Obviously it's going to have brand new rads on it, done by Hardcore Racing, so it'll have a brand new set of rads on it, but we just need to get everything built up in place, because obviously there's slight issues that you come across when you're doing a build, you know, the bespoke build like this. So we've got them on, we've got them fitted.
The next task was to try and sort out the air box and the air intake. As you can see, this involved a lot of sitting around, staring and thinking. But in the end, Sean managed to come up with a solution. And if you watch carefully here, you can see Sean had a bit of an accident.
Max. You left me with producer Phil, and he's the most interfering bloke in the world. I just want the yin, right, no yang.
Well, just ask him about his life-threatening injury he received and how he's fixed it since you've been away.
So
happened?
while I was manipulating something on the bike, I managed to slice myself open.
And you've glued yourself shut?
Yeah, super glue.
Jesus.
Shall I tell you the real story? He frustrated me that much. I thought I'm done, but look at that. He started panicking.
What have I walked back into?
He was panicking. Oh, what are you going to do?
What did you do that with?
Oh, the standing off.
Did you get it on video?
No.
No, he
Oh,
was panicking.
come on!
It'll be on the time. So what we did, we manipulated the bottom of the rad.
Just explain what manipulating means.
But that's the term, manipulation. All right, I hit it with a hammer. But yeah, I manipulated it. Just as a temporary fix, because we need to get it built. We need to get rad pipes sorted. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So we needed to get it on. We manipulated them, so they fitted. My solution for the air boot, because obviously this air boot, when we put it on originally, it kinked it, restricted the airflow. Obviously no good. So what I did is cut the ring off. Yeah, because that was too big anyway, because that's for a 63mm carb, I think, that's on the 250. And this is 60. Okay. So anyway, and I ended up cutting the ring off, and then again, bit of manipulation, bit of heat, and then got the throttle body slip on there. So now you can't really see in there, can you? Can you see in there? So now we've got it on, and we've got it to fit with no kinking.
Good job, boys.
Yeah. Well, man, I think out of everything that I've done, I think that is what I'm most happiest about.
What about your children?
No, the bike build. For something like that to look like how it does, that is the most satisfying thing out of everything so far.
Pants. So unbelievably, this is the same spring that came off of the bike. Chris from Supreme Coatings done an awesome job. I'll talk you through why we've chosen this colour later on when I show you the full colour scheme, but it looks pretty good. We're going to get it back on the shop now and get it back in the bike.
At this stage, we were on cloud 9, having overcome the two biggest hurdles of the project so far. But as Sean fitted the shock back into the bike, we discovered a new problem. A big problem. A problem that stopped us in our tracks and sent us back to the drawing board. As you guys will know, it's so important to insure your dirt bikes, and we do that through BeMoto, even for our special projects like this one. There's a link to their website in the description down below, so be sure to check them out next time you're renewing your insurance. We are edging ever closer to the moment of truth, but as you've just seen, there's more hurdles to overcome and plenty more work to do. This new issue certainly caused some headaches as day 3 in the workshop came to a close. So join us next time to see how we bounce back and watch as our monster build gets closer and closer to completion. Subscribe now not to miss a video, because that first startup is coming soon.
Why'd you dye your beard then?
Right, you can cut that.